Welcome to my second video in my tower defense series. So for this week I wanted to improve the enemy health bar so you can't see when there's like a dot or a slow on that target. So I'm going to add some visual indications that the target is slowed or has a dot on it. I also wanted to kind of just like clean up how it looks, so it's a little chunky right now and it's a little bit bigger than it needs to be, so I'm gonna clean that up a bit. Okay, so I got some of the basics for this working. If it's a slow, it's a blue block. If there's a dot, it's a green block. And I also made the health bar a little bit smaller. I still don't really like how the health bars like overlap and clip each other. I'm not really sure a good solution for that one yet. But for now, I do just have the basics of it working. It's just creating the game object and then hiding it or enabling it after it's been created. But I think I want to make this more of a class where I can create the game object, set it to some name, set some color on it, and then also put like a countdown of remaining seconds that it has left. And then reuse them for both the dot and the slow. Because right now I'm just copy pasting the code and just doing a different color and different name. But really it should be the same function for both of them. But I just want to get something working for right now. I think that's what I'll do next, is to make it a class and move the code out of these statements. So I took a break, went on and participated in the Reddit place, put a few pixels. I also went upstairs and checked on some of the plants I'm growing. Got some green beans, some broccoli, some beets, and then a bunch of tomatoes growing. Hopefully get to plant those pretty soon. But I'm going to get back to it and start adding some more features. So I'm at another stopping point. I made the health bar a little bit smaller, and I also added the countdown to how the time remaining on the slow and the dot. So it shows a number. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at for today, so I think I'll probably leave it at this and come back tomorrow. So I took a break for a few days, but I'm back at it today. And I implemented the background image. So for the poison tower, it's a little like blood drop, and for the slow tower, it puts in a little ice thing. It's just a placeholder image. I also did a radial fill with a transparent black box. So my idea would be to remove the countdown timer because it's just too much clutter. And another thing that I noticed, it's like super chunky here. So I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that one yet. I'll probably take a look at that next. And then you can also see this weird graphical issue. There's like this black box that shows up that's pretty big beforehand, so I'll need to fix that as well. For now, take a break and let the dogs outside. Okay, so I think I finally got this in the state that I'm happy with. I fixed the chunkiness of the fading timer. I also removed the countdown. So see, it's like super smooth now. It's not like a chunky animation. And the way I did that was with how the apply dot was originally coded. I had to change that. So originally it was doing an invoke repeating. Well, I guess backing up, when the tower fires, it checks in the tower data if the tower has a dot to begin with. And if it does, it calls apply dot on the enemy. And then what that would do is, well, if there was already a dot on there, it would cancel it. But then it would start up a new dot right now every second using this invoke repeating function. So this dot function would be called once per second. So every second it would take damage, decrease how many seconds left by 1, and then if there were less than 1 second or is at 0, it would cancel the dot. So that's why in the health bar it was really chunky, because this handle dot function is called once per frame, but the remaining seconds only goes down by 1. So it's not going to change really at all every frame. It'll only change once per second anyways. So to fix that, what I did was to use a coroutine instead. So it's kind of similar to the apply dot function. It just stops the current routine running, it starts a new one. And then in there, in the while loop, if there is still dot seconds remaining, it keeps track of how many seconds have passed since the last time it did damage. So if there's more than 1 second, it resets the second back to 0. It applies the damage on the enemy, and then it's always constantly updating the dot seconds. So that's no longer an int, it's a float now. So it should be updated pretty much every frame that this is run, because this is running every frame. So it's a lot more smoother animation. The slow function pretty much works the exact same. You don't have to do any like keeping track of time in the slow one, because I'm not doing damage every second. It just slows the target while the slow is active. So I don't have to do any of that keeping track of it or anything. But yeah, that pretty much fixed all of the issues with it being kind of clunky. Another thing that I did fix with it was, as soon as a dot was applied, it would take the damage immediately, and then it would wait 1 second and take the damage again. To fix that, I still want to take the damage right away, but if the tower fires again, I don't want the dot damage to take again. If the tower attack speed was faster than 1 second. So let me find that. Yeah, so if the new dot amount is the same as the old dot amount, and it hasn't done any damage yet, we don't apply a new one, we keep the same dot on there. So that way it at least ticks once before getting replaced with a new dot. That is from the same tower. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to do for this video. I think what I'll do next is, I'll see how they're all like clipping here. So I want to fix that because it looks like these two are like, it's really hard to see. So I think I'll work on some of the path things so the enemies can't like clip each other anymore. But there'll be another video because I'm not even sure how to go about that one yet, but I'll have to figure that one out. But I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try to answer it. Thanks.